Hello, it is great to be back. My name is Brian Rivera Mendoza. Today I will be unveiling one of my more creative projects. I feel like I say that every time I demonstrate a program, but here we are. This is my newest program regarding another one of my hobbies. It is named C.R.E.S.C.E.N.D.O. C.R.E.S.C.E.N.D.O is an acronym that stands for Code, Renders, Embedded Sound, Composition, Exporting New Delightful Opus. So essentially what this does is this will manipulate a ton of sound files in order to create new sound files. Preferentially, I am a really big fan of certain types of sped up and slowed down audios. This pretty much brings us into creation. I would like to demonstrate this and stop talking, so I just want to get into the action right now. I'm going to run the code. This is a little bit of an intro prompt. I don't really know what I want to do with this yet, but I'm just going to ask for the artist name. So let's just put my own name for now. It's going to load all my sample audios from a predetermined audios folder. As you can see here, I have 4 preset audios. These are all WAV files, so this program only works with .wav files. It is not compatible yet with .mp3. This is only a demo, so I do hope to improvise on this in the future. My main purpose for this is just to make sure that the concept that I'm trying to think of actually works. I'll focus on refurbishing and improving other features later. But let's just do a quick example. One of my favorite things in audio editing would have to be the kind of freedom that you get. I'm not really kind of keen on this sort of thing. I'm not necessarily an expert. I've been playing music for 9 years on a guitar, but I'm insanely self-taught. I don't really have any actual professional experience with this kind of stuff. But one thing I am a big fan of is sped up edits and slowed edits with some reverb, and we can only see that in TikTok mode. So essentially I've created a modulum of classes that actually edits audio files. There's 2 classes in regards to this program that does editing files. They both work in interaction with each other. MC mode is a culmination of a whole bunch of methods, and then TikTok mode is quite simply just an inheritance of these turned into presets. So how would this work? We've chosen our song as My Kind of Woman by Mac DeMarco. If you listen to it now, let's just give it a listen to see what we're headed for. So I want to change that. I want to try to get a different vibe going. Maybe simulate something that I would see on TikTok. Change the pitch a little bit. I have some presets here, daycore and nightcore. Daycore is often referred to as sort of a slowing down and a lower pitch of a song. So if I try to implement this feature here, it's going to edit it and put a daycore filter on it. Another thing that I really like demonstrating in this program is I try to make it a little bit more personal. You'll see over time that some of the voice lines that the DJ will actually give you are actually going to vary across the course of the program. This is something that I really want to implement across all my programs to just give them a little bit more personality and make them more unique to me. I am the type of person that really likes going out for whatever I put out, so I want this to be a consistent theme. This is going to be different for each program, and I'm going to try to individualize it a lot more, but it's definitely something to keep notice. But the decor aspect has been applied, so we're going to listen to it now. I really like that. So say I want to keep this inside my own personal files to play whenever I feel like it. You actually have that option with this program with the export feature. So it's going to give you the option to actually name the file itself. So let's say I decide to do Woman by Mac DeMarco. I'm just gonna specify that this is a slowed and reverb mix to just avoid any possible confusion with the actual original file. And this will actually export. As you can see here, I just got this recently. If I go to properties, this was literally created. Well, maybe not this file, probably this one. Just now. So 126, I just made this, and if I click on it, just gotta drag this over here. That's really good. I really like that, and that can go into my Spotify local files if I ever feel like playing it again. But let's say I want a little bit more freedom than some of these presets. Let's say I want to try to explore maybe a different song, maybe one of my more favorite songs. Just do Number One Party Anthem by Arctic Monkeys. Let's say TikTok mode is a little bit too restrictive for me. I want a little bit more control with some of my methods. That is what the blessed MC mode is for. So essentially with this mode, I actually have way more features than the two presets that are in TikTok mode. So with this, I have the option to change the volume, the speed, pitch. I could actually trim the starting point of the audio, and I could add effects. For now, the only one is just for reverb, but I hope to eventually learn and implement more in the future. So let's start off by just listening to what it sounds like.
1, 2. See her on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not.
It's a little too loud for me. I don't like it too loud. Let's tone it down a little bit. Let's just tone it down by 1 decibel. I think 2 major. So let's give it another listen.
1, 2. See her on the prowl, wondering whether she left already or not.
And the great thing with my listening method is if you just had a standard listening method that was assigned from the classes, it would just play the whole file, which is 3 minutes long. I just incremented my own sample to sort of include 10 seconds instead of the actual entire file. That would be a ridiculous editing process to try to get through in one day. So I also don't really like the pitch. I think it's too low for me. It's a little bit too boring. I want to try to actually raise it up. So I actually have the option to change the semitones, also known as half steps, which is a little bit more of the common name for this kind of terminology. Let's say I want to hit the max. Let's go for 3 semitones. It's going to try to limit it. I tried to keep some borders in place just because I know how new I am to audio editing. There's a lot of unfamiliarity, so I put these limits in place for actually every single feature inside MC mode to avoid turning the file into a complete disaster. So if we listen to the file now,
1, 2.
Maybe it's a little bit too high. Could try to tone it down a little bit more. Let's go for 2. Let's tone it down by... We did 3 last time. Let's tone it down just by 1 semitone. Let's try to listen to it now.
1, 2.
It's a little bit off key. Something's a little bit off. Let's try to lower it 1 more time. This time by maybe a half semitone. So I've even managed to implement floats to even narrow down the adjustments for very specific editings that you won't get with integers. Let's try 1 more time.
1, 2.
This is so much better. I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit. You see we kind of lost a little bit of volume by changing the pitch, so I'm just going to bring that back up. Start to listen. just a little bit too slow. How about I change the speed a little bit? Speed it up by about 9%. And I hope I might be moving a little bit too fast for some to notice, but the voice lines are actually changing across the course of the program. So for example, if we go back and we just go and see pitch raise, this is a confirmation note for when we change the actual pitch itself. We try to go back and actually see the voice lines actually change across everything. So as you can see, we changed the voice lines, we brought it down a little bit. You know, the actual voice line changes for every single interaction with the actual program itself, and that's what I really like about it. It makes it a little bit more personal. So I'm going to listen to it one more time. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. Let's put it up by 2 decibels and let's listen to it. It's a little on the quieter end. Let's just do 2 more decibels. That should be loud enough. Yeah, that's exactly how I want it. So we're going to export this. Of course, when you export files, you do have to follow the rules for naming files. You can't really use special characters like question mark, etc. But if I go ahead and I save this, following those same rules, you can see that we have a new file that has just joined us. So this is the conclusion to the demonstration for the demo for my music program, C.R.E.S.C.E.N.D.O. There's a lot to be desired with this program that I do hope to change. There are a lot of presets, a lot of different audio libraries that I didn't get the chance to explore so far. This is just a demo after all, just to prove that the concept is possible. But there is still a lot left for me to be desired. But after all, this is a demo. This is just a demonstration. This concludes everything. Thank you for taking the time to actually view this project, and I hope you enjoy. And I hope that you also use this program to make your own specific night core, day core, or even minuscule changes. So please see the miscellaneous part where I can show you the voice code, and I'll actually drop some of my own examples with my own presets for the audios that I've made with this program. So thank you again for watching. Please enjoy.